Well, hello. Welcome to Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. So glad that you could join me this morning. And I'm sick, so bear with me if I cough and hack. And well, coughing is hacking, but if I don't have to blow my nose or whatever. So I think I'm getting on the other side of it, but anyways, it's going around. So, anyhow, we are going to make a gel card. Now, these were real popular long time ago. And I showed you this one that I had made right here. I'm going to fix my shirt. There you go. And see, and they're fun because you just sit here and you want to, play around with this card and squish it and they're really fun, and it looks like water. Has little bubbles, air bubbles in it. Well, I made some more also. I made this one, and it's got the bubbles and the everything in there. It's just, they're so fun. They're interactive, which means you can just play with them. They're not just for kids. I mean, adults love doing it, playing with these cards too also. So anyway, and then I did this one just recently. And this is the one I thought we were going to make today, but I don't have enough of these stickers. So, and it has on the front here a cutout, a die cut with some fish. So I'm going to show you that die cut. These are the die cuts that I've been buying from Temu, and I love them. I also bought these little envelopes, and also it came with these metallic sheets. This is one that's waves. I can't wait to make something out of this one with waves. And then this is the one that I used, this die cut. And I really liked it. But I'm not going to use that one today. But it is fun, and they're really cheap. They're so cheap on Temu. Now watch everybody run to Temu and get some of these dies. But it made the cutest card. I just love it. And then on the inside, you open up this one. And then here's the inside. And I love these stickers. Well, they're not adhesive stickers, but they are stickers. And there was this one here, and that one, and some shells, and a turtle, and all that. And then this paper. Look at the paper. Isn't that cool? So this is the paper. Right here. I'm going to put you down here so that you can see, because I want to show you this paper that I've been buying on Temu also. So let's go down like that. I mean, look at that paper. Isn't that awesome? And there's just all kinds of them. And they're underwater scenes. I mean, you can just make so many cards with these. I really do love these papers. I have to show you some other things that I bought that all go with this underwater theme that I'm kind of working on. But aren't those papers just beautiful? And they're 6x6, and they're lovely. I got some ones that are butterflies and flowers. And then I got some that are it looks like old houses. So I can't wait to show you some of those. So anyways, I also got some of these shells. There's all kinds of seashells in here. Seashells. Oh, it looks like little snails are in here. Don't know if you can see that very well, but they're just really, really cool. And I did put some of those in the bottom of, let's see which one it was. This. in the bottom of this one, there are some shells in here. You can see if I can get them moved up here into the gel. But anyway, like there's a snail right there. You see that snail? Anyways, they're so much fun. It's right there. So much fun to do these cards. And then I got some of these. There's pearls and hearts and just all kinds of things in here. Stars. So those were fun, and that's what I put in the one we're going to do today. So you can see I took some of those and put them in this gel. And what I used is I bought these bags from Temu. And they're little bags, and then they have adhesive. You just peel it off and then put it over there. I'll probably show you how I did that. And then I had all these stickers, and there's polar bears and penguins and fish and jellyfish and all kinds of things in here. Just like here's an octopus, but they're really good. They're good quality stickers. I just really like them. I like these fish here. They're colorful, and they're just really, really nice. And I think I got 50 in here for, I don't even want to say that they were $1 something. So that's cool. And then of course here are the envelopes that I've been putting all my die cuts in. So they come like this. And then inside here is the sheets of metallic sheets. And they stick. The dies stick to them. So that to me is a plus right there. I mean, if you get stuff that doesn't work, what good is that? So everything so far that I've gotten from Temu, I really, really like. And of course you can see it here. And then it just opens and you got this sheet that comes out. So that to me is really, I love it. I'm just really getting in the organizing mode of organizing all my dies and everything. So anyways, let me show you how to do this gel. Since I've already got one made, we'll just go ahead and we're going to do another one. So what I did was, it took me forever to find stuff to put in them up here, or in here in Oklahoma. All I had was this aloe gel, and that's what I used in some of these ones. That's why it's green. Then I went to Walmart, and boy, did I have to look. And it was on the very bottom shelf, and it's called Softy Super Freeze. And it's this big jar of stuff like Dippity-Doo. I don't know if any of you remember Dippity-Doo, but that's what it's kind of like. And so what you do is you just, and these I think I got like 400 of these. And you take it out of the bag. And so it's really small. Sometimes if I order these again, I'm going to get the next size up because these are almost too small. But anyhow, it opens here. So then I just got me a spoon. I take my spoon, and if I want to put some seashells or something in there, this time let's try some of these seashells. Let's put those in there. So what I would do is just take a few. I'm gonna open this bag up, and I'm going to take a few on my spoon so you can see what they look like. Aren't those cool? And I'm going to pour them in here. Then I'm going to seal that up so I don't lose any. Take my gel. And you don't need a lot. I mean, this is going to last me a long time. I would take a good spoonful. Like about that much. And get it down in there. And then what I was doing is wiping it off where I got some on there. Because I want my whole tissue. So I'm going to squish this down in here, hopefully. I might have got a little... Oh, I got it on the outside. No wonder. Well, that was slick. Well, that was good. Let's just try to get that down in there. It doesn't usually make this big of a mess, but I didn't get it all the way in there. Okay, boy, did I get it on the outside. I don't know how I did that. Okay, I'm going to throw that away. Get my stuff here. Ugh. Oh, does this have a hole in it? No, it doesn't. I just made a royal mess because I got it all on the outside of mine. Well, that's all right. That was funny. Not really, but let's see. I can get this down inside. Okay. So I don't have a whole lot of gel in here now because I lost some of it. So let's see if I can open this again. There. Let's see if we can get just a little. I just want a little more because I don't have enough in here because I missed the bag. I don't know how I did that. Brother. Okay. Well, you know, that's kind of what happens here. Okay. What a mess. What a mess. Alrighty, let's just wipe this off. Okay, because I want it to stick. Okay, so now we got our gel there. I'm going to peel this little strip off right here. Hopefully you can see. You can't see a thing that I'm doing. And then I'm going to fold this over and seal that shut. Okay. There. Now let's get that off of there. I'm going to wipe that off. Oh, brother. Okay. Now what do I do with the lid? There it is. Okay, I just want to get this put away. I think this video is going to take me a little longer because I kind of wanted to show you this process here. So you get it like that. There you got your gel. You can get it, or you can get your seashells all in there. And just squish it all around. And it's really fun. And so there we have those, and you see all those air bubbles in there and stuff. Okay, so then you want to take some Scotch tape, and I'm going to tear off a piece, and I'm going to come over here to this side, and I'm going to wrap this around here so I can tape this shut. Make sure there's nothing can get out. And I'll do it to this side over here. Wait, that's not right. There we go. And then bring this back around here. And then I'm going to put some across the top, just to make sure I've got it all sealed. Because if you mail these to somebody, you know, you don't want it busting open. So now I've got it all sealed around the edges, and nothing's going to come out of there. And then you can just sit here and mess around with this. Try to get that gel all around in there. Get those bubbles. The bubbles are the fun part. And there you have it. There's your bag. Now I have to decide if I want to use that bag or if I want to use this bag. Now this one's got a little more gel in it. And it's fun. I think I'll stick with the blue. I think I'll use that. But this is fun. Okay, so now I've got one for another card. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. So this is going to open this way. Okay, we do not want to do anything to this part because we're going to put this in here. And I already took my piece of paper that I want to use, and I already cut out the circle. So you can see there's the, whoops, not that. There's the circle that I cut out. I just stuck it back in the package. And I attached another piece of paper on this side. And then I put it both through my die cutter and cut a circle out. Now this circle, you can tell, definitely is a lot smaller than that one. And that die would go with that circle. I mean, it would work. So you can see that. But I opted not to use that this time. So, because what we're going to do is make this kind of a card. And this one opens just like that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this all off. And I think I'll just use my scissors instead of getting my die cutter out. And so I'm going to, let's see, cut this off. Cut this one off across the top. And then cut this one off on this side. And then these scraps I will just take and put in my scrap bag, because I can use those on other cards. So then we end up with a piece like this. Okay, and it's going to end up going over this, like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to glue this down on here. So I'll make sure that I have it just where I want it. So I think right about up here will be good. I'm going to put a little pencil mark so I know right where I want to put that. Then I'm going to take and put glue around here. I'm almost out of glue. I told you that the last time. So I'm going to put some glue around the edge here. Okay. And we're going to put that up there where it was, right about there, and glue this all down. And I'm going to lay that down because I might use it again. And then I'm going to make sure I got this, yep, right where I want it. So, I mean, that's gonna be pretty. See that? Okay, so then what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna have all the measurements for this, you know, these and the what size circle I used and all that will be down in the description box. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I have some of this foam tape, and I love using this. And I'm going to put this little piece right there. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to take a piece and put a piece right across here. Just kind of right to hold this down. And a piece over here. Right there. Then I have some, let's see, I might need another thin one right here. And let's take a, oops, we're just about out. Is this gonna stick? Hopefully. Oh, no, it won't stick all the way. So I'm gonna have to get me another one out here. I hope I have another little one. Let's see. Well, this is not as little, but it is little. This one, I don't want it too close to the edge, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this down the center here. Hopefully I'm going to cut it down the center so that I can have a smaller strip. This stuff really sticks too. This is stuff I got at the Dollar Tree, which is another good place to get craft items. And then I'm going to stick this one right here. And I'm going to stick this one right here. There, so I'm just putting these all over. See, I'm going to turn you back this way a little bit because I tend to stay in front of me. And then I'm going to take and put a big piece down here. And come right about there. And I don't know if I need another one, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put another one right here. Okay, there we go. That's all that. If you wanted to use dimensionals, you could use that, but I kind of like these. Okay, so then we're just going to peel these off, all the backings off of here. And you could see what I did with this other card is I stamped on it all my grasses and stuff in here, and then I die cut some of these out. Well, I thought when I got this paper, I was like, ooh, that paper will do that for me. And so that's why I thought I wanted to try it using the paper. Okay, those are done. That one's not quite done. And, you know, we've had all this sickness around for a while, and I avoided it a few times, being exposed to it. But I guess this last time I just couldn't avoid it anymore. Okay, now we're going to stick this on here. Excuse me. And then that helps lift it up off of here too, so that you can sit here and you can play, you know, play with your card. But isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, and then we're going to decorate it. This is where I'll need my glue again. So I thought I would put a turtle on here, like he's swimming up. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on his bottom half here because I don't want it to go on here. I don't want any glue on there. But I'm going to stick him right about here. And I'm going to stick, I think I want a crab. I love the crab, but I think I want to put my crab down here. I think I'm going to do that instead of putting him up there. I'm just going to put some glue on the back of him and stick him on here. And I don't put glue on everything because I like it to look like it's alive. So, anyways, then I got a sand dollar. And I don't want to cover up some of this. That's partly why I don't want to do that. I think I could put the sand dollar. I could put it over here on this side. So we'll just put some glue over here. And we'll just stick it right here. And we got a little starfish. And I think I could put the starfish over here. So we'll put some glue on the bottom part of the starfish. Kind of tuck him under this turtle going by. And then I got these little shells. So let's just stick them around. I'd like to have a shell down here. I think I'll make another shell down here. Like that. And I think I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put a shell inside here. So we have a shell on the inside. And we have this here, which I don't think it needs a whole lot more, but I do want to put a sentiment. So let's put the lid back on that. Let's get out a piece of white. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it about this big. I just want a big piece like this for right now. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my, this is the stamp set that I used. I used this one from, a retired one from Stampin' Up. You can see the sand dollar and the starfish and the shell. But I love the sayings on this one. And then I have this one called Whale Done. And I use the turtle out of here. I love that turtle. I really love turtles. If I could, I would have probably turtles in my yard. And then I took and used the crab from Make a Splash. I like that crab. So those are the ones that I used to die cut out. But this one, I like this one that says, it might be too wide. I want to kind of come across here a little bit. So let's see. I have that one on here. Friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. And I don't want it quite that big. So I think I might take this one that says, wishing you the very best. And I'm going to put it on my block here. Let's stick it on the block. Get my ink, and I think I'm going to use some blue. I want to use some of this dark blue. It's called Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to use that. Make sure I have this facing the right direction. Wishing you the very best. I'm going to put it like that. Okay. Wishing you the very best. And then I think I'm going to take my other block here because I want to kind of decorate this a little bit. So I want to decorate it with, I think, some seashells. So I think I'm going to pull this seashell out of here. I like this one. Let's try it and see. And I might just use some blue. Oops, I didn't get it all. And I might just stamp down here, stamp off once, do it again, go over here, and stamp, and stamp. And let's see, is that all I want to do to it? I'm thinking that might be all I want to do to it. And we'll put that back in my caddy over here. Now I need to measure this, make sure I don't go over. And I think I can go right here. And like I said, I will have the measurements for all these things down in the description box when I get ready to post this. Okay, now this is where I need my my paper cutter, because otherwise I'm not going to get this very straight. Cutting the little short ones, or I can do it, but and I'm going to cut part of this off. Let's see. Just like that. And let's see how far over this is going to go. Yeah. I think I may just cut a little more off. Let's make this, yeah, I have just a little bit. That's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little scissors right here, and I'm going to come up on this point, come up on this point, cut that out, do the same thing over here, come into that point, and come over here to this one. And then I have that. Okay. And then I think what I will do is we'll get another piece of this out. And we're going to put it back here like this to here. Cut this off because I want to pop that up. So that's what I'm going to do. Stick this on here, and let's see, go right about like that, and then I have a card. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me get you back up here. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope you will give it a try. Thank you for joining me. And I'm hoping I have some friends watching. I hope Janet's watching. I hope Judy's watching. And I hope my sister Vicky is watching. And anybody else that's watching, maybe Pam. I'm not sure who all watches my videos, but thank you so much. And if you like this video, click the like button. And if you want to see more videos and know when I'm going to make them, then click the notification bell. You can subscribe to my channel. That does help me. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. It's taken me quite a while because I don't think I'm very consistent about making videos, but something always seems to come up. So I do the best I can. So anyways, thank you, and you have a wonderful day, and until next time, happy creating. Bye-bye.